Hey guys, welcome to our annual visit of World War III, the game that was released in, if I remember correctly, 2018, and it was supposed to be, well, at least a competitor for Battlefield. I'm not saying it was supposed to kill Battlefield, because we all know that the only thing that can kill Battlefield is Battlefield itself, but it was definitely a competitor. And at the beginning it also looked like it would be a decent competitor and a serious one, but when the game launched, we all know what happened. It launched with the serious problems and issues, terrible bugs, terrible performance. Well, it doesn't look good for the game. So I did the last video pretty much exactly a year ago in January 2025, and back then the game had a concurrent player count peak on Steam of, well, roughly 250 players. And now the peak doesn't even go above 100, so it's usually somewhere around 80. And that's less than half of the player count that it had a year ago. Not even talking about the years before and how the player count has dropped significantly since release, or since the three releases actually that they had so far. I'm still thinking that this is a solid game, at its core at least. It was just handled so poorly. We had this first studio that messed up 2 or let's say 2.5 of the launches that the game had. And then it was bought by a new studio in 2023. And ever since they did some updates, they did some testing, they did some improvements, especially to the hit rate. There was a huge problem before, but it has definitely improved. It's still looking, well, half decent for a game its age. Another one. Gunplay is great as well. Like, there's always something I liked about the game. The movement as well, because I think you can, I don't know how it was. You can roll around actually on your back, and then you can shoot while lying on your back. Which was something that Battlefield 5 had introduced back then, and this game had it as well, which was released in the same year basically. It could have been a great Battlefield competitor actually, if they would have gotten their stuff together. But unfortunately they didn't, so another Battlefield competitor is slowly fading away. There will be more coming for sure over the years, and maybe one day Battlefield will kill itself as well. But this one right here, I'm not sure if it will still be existing in a year from now. I don't think there's any coming back from a player count of below 100. I don't know if any game ever made a return. Maybe 1 or 2. But I think especially for shooter games, it's really hard to come back from this. Because there's just so many games in the shooter genre. Also the classic multiplayer that we have right here. Oh, late spawn. I was a bit unlucky for him. I think the classic multiplayer probably not as interesting as well as it was a few years back. Like, I think the peak of the classic multiplayer was around Battlefield 4 times. Dude, no, there's another one. Shit. It was like every time I'm playing this game, I do enjoy it to an extent. That's why I always keep coming back to it. I just always like to check back on it, see how it's going. I don't think there will be another video like this next year, because like I said before, I don't think the game will actually survive another year, not with the player count that it has right now. And it also seems like, at least from what I've seen, I'm not sure about this, but to me it seems like the new developers that had just bought the game, they have given up on it as well already, because there were no updates anymore in the last, I don't know, 6 months or something. Just they posted some things on socials, but nothing really about what they're working on or what we can expect in the future for the game or anything. What are you playing? What's this? Like a huge version of Snake? I wanna go with the racing game. Oh, that one's off right here. What else do we have? Oh, that's bots. Yeah, that's the AI. Yep. They definitely need to tweak this if they want to keep this game somewhat alive. So this game right here is pretty much, or for the most part, filled up with bots. When coming over here, there's a guy sitting right there. That was a bot as well. Is that a bot? Yeah. The bot is called Frostbite. Alright. It's such a shame to see this game in this state and to see it being pretty much dead. It was the devs' fault anyways, so can't say it was just bad timing or whatever. They had messed it up several times. Like, if you mess up once and then you manage to get your game back on track and you win trust of the community. Oh, these guys are still stuck down there. But messing up twice, or 2.5 times, because they also messed up the closed beta that you had to pay back then, before launched for free. I mean, the game still plays great, and I do like the system with the weight limit that you have, or when you pick up too many weapons or you have too much stuff in your loadout, you move slower because you have too much weight, and you have the streaks, or strikes, how they're called, which are alright as well, as long as they're not coming down too much. And it's okay. I mean, the progression is a bit slow because it's a free-to-play game, which is natural for a free-to-play game, I think, because, you know, nothing's for free actually. But aside from that, I still like the movement, the gunplay and everything. I think they picked up the modern warfare feeling pretty well. I think they delivered a game that is, or at least in parts, feels more like Battlefield than Battlefield did in recent years. These guys are sitting up there, shooting us. Like, time to kill, time to death, and also all of the actions that you do, like reloading, getting out your ammo. It's just that everything, it feels kind of well balanced, so like it fits together, you know? Yeah, that makes sense. There's one thing with Battlefield 6 that bugs me right now, is that the time to death, well, time to kill as well, is so fast compared to all of the other actions that you do in game, like reviving, getting out your health pack and so on. It all feels incredibly slow compared to the time it takes to kill you. So you die in a split second and everything else takes forever. So it seems like the balance is a bit better in this game right here. Roland is not moving today. He's on energy saving mode. It could have been such a good game. I can't stop saying it, but well, it's over. It's over, unfortunately. I don't think there's any coming back from this. Well, maybe someone, maybe there's another developer, maybe the guys from TTK Games are delivering another sandbox shooter. You know, the guys around Mr. Battlefield, who split up from DICE and then went with their own studio. Or maybe we can expect to see a sandbox shooter or Battlefield-like shooter, something like this, from Embark. I would really love to see how they would do it, because I think they would do a great job with this. What was that? Well, that was it for today. That was World War III in 2026 with some weird AI. Check the game out, as long as it's still somewhat alive, if it looked interesting for you. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. I'm the Catwoman, and you are awesome. And I'm dead. I have 1 HP, dude. You had one job. Bye bye.